In this video, I'm going to explain exactly how I saw my first success with Shopify dropshipping, as well as reveal the exact product that I sold. What is up YouTube, and welcome back to another video. For those of you who don't know, my name is Rain Results, and my goal here is to try and motivate, inspire, and encourage as many people to get started with e-commerce as possible. Over the past 3 weeks, we have been giving away one dropshipping store to a lucky viewer every single week. And I decided that if this video hits over 300 likes, we will be doing another giveaway 7 days from the day this video is released. Make sure to follow these 4 steps over here. And as long as there's over 300 likes on this video, by the time 7 days has passed, I will do another dropshipping store giveaway. And we will announce that winner on our Instagram business page. So make sure to follow that page. In last week's video, I explained exactly how I got my first Shopify dropshipping sale. I walked you exactly through the process of how that happened, as well as the lessons I learned throughout that process. I thought it would be really cool to make a follow-up video on that, explaining how I saw my first proper success with dropshipping and explain how that happened, as well as some key takeaways I have from that story. I've always found it super helpful to learn from people who have done something that I would like to do, as well as hear their thoughts on what they feel they could have done better or things they should have not done. So just to recap, my first sale came in 2019. This story that I'm about to explain to you now happened in January 2020. So after I got that first sale, I got a few more on that site, but I ultimately ended up pausing that store as I was focusing on other things at that time. In early 2020, I found out about something called the AliExpress Dropshipping Center. This is basically a place you can go to. It's a website and it shows you the types of products that are currently being dropshipped and what products are currently doing well and being sold well by the list of suppliers on AliExpress. At that same time about finding out about that website, I also found out about something called influencer marketing. In short, influencer marketing is basically collaborating with big social media pages or social media accounts and asking them to promote your products on their pages, as well as include the link of your store or your website in their bio in exchange for usually money. So in essence, you'd basically pay an influencer and they would promote your company for about 24 to 48 hours on their social media pages. When I heard about these two things, the AliExpress Dropshipping Center and influencer marketing, I thought I just have to try this for myself. So I headed over to the AliExpress Dropshipping Center and I found this product over here. It was called a high heel gel pad, and basically ladies would put it on their feet if they wore high heels, and it would essentially help them with pain relief and just overall discomfort, because apparently, or I don't wear high heels, but from what I've heard, it can be pretty painful. So I created a one product store and I called it Painless Heels. I put this product on there, wrote up a very simple description, and I priced the product at around $12.99. Then started reaching out to so many different influencers on Instagram. I was reaching out to fashion pages, I was reaching out to fashion influencers, I was reaching out to beauty influencers. I was just reaching out to as many people as possible, as it was the first time I was doing this and I wasn't even sure what they were going to be pricing these promotions at. And at the time, I didn't want to spend a lot of money on any promotions. So I found 3 fashion pages that had around 500,000 followers each. I'll throw up a screenshot of some of those pages over here, and each page had around 500,000 followers on. I scheduled all 3 accounts to post a promotion for that high heel gel pad on Saturday evening at, I remember this, it was at around 6 p.m. I remember hearing that it's better to run influencer promotions in the evening, so I scheduled all the pages to post at the same time on the same day, and I'll never forget, it was in January 2020 on a Saturday evening. So I'll never forget this moment. It was a Saturday night, I was heading out and I was going to go spend some time at one of my friends' houses. At around 5:30, I was about to leave. I thought, let me just stop and get my hair cut. I mean, it's extremely important. You need to stay faded at all times. Just thought I'd throw that in there. So as I'm busy getting my haircut, I wasn't even aware of this, but the posts went live and I finished getting my haircut at around 6:15, climbed back into my car and I looked at my phone just to see what the time was. My eyes lit up. I already had 4 to 5 sales that had come through within like the last few minutes. I went to look on the pages and on all the pages, the promotion that I had asked for them to run was active on their Instagram pages. I was like, wow, this is crazy. I literally just made 4 to 5 sales while getting my haircut. This is amazing. And this was the first time I'd ever run an influencer promotion before. So anyway, I start my car and I'm busy driving to my friend's house. And while I'm busy driving there, the Shopify notifications keep going off. I never experienced something like this before. I was super ecstatic about it and I couldn't believe that I was actually getting sales from my first promotion. I remember going onto my Shopify dashboard and I looked and I think I had like 25 to 30 live visitors on the site, and I had hardly had any visitors on my site up until that point. When I got to my friend's house, we just started relaxing and the sales kept coming through. I didn't even say anything, but I was just over the moon excited about this. The fact that I was making money while just spending time with family and friends was mind blowing for me. So I ended the day off on around $300, and the promotion was live from 6 p.m. And when I went to bed that night, I remember looking at my phone and it showed around $300 in sales. I had scheduled the promotions to be live on those pages for around 24 hours. So when I woke up the next morning, I already had $100 in sales that had come through while I was sleeping. Also scheduled to go pick up my girlfriend at the time, who is now my fiance, from the airport. And I remember driving to the airport, which was around a 2-hour drive away. And while I was driving, I was alone in my car just listening to music, and sales continued to come in throughout that whole day. I remember laughing about it and I was like, this is absolutely crazy, because this was the first time I saw the power of influencer marketing, and the fact that with influencer marketing, if one post does extremely well, you can make a lot of money in a very short period of time. So the following day, after I got back from the airport, I looked at my phone, and over the last 2 days, there was around $600 in sales that had come in. And these promotions totaled around $50 to $60 in the Instagram accounts that I'd set them up with. So I'd made like a 10x return in a matter of 24 hours selling a simple product like this. And from that moment forward, I knew I was hooked on e-com. Dropshipping was the way. And I knew that this was the business model that I wanted to be involved with. I then set up Instagram influencer promotions every single day after that for about 2 weeks. And I remember looking back after the 2 weeks, and I had made between $4,000 and $4,500 in around a 2-week time frame. I sadly don't have that store open anymore, as I would have loved to have pulled it up and showed you guys the exact numbers. I did find a few screenshots, but I was honestly so excited at the time, I didn't even think about documenting any of it. I would have loved to have documented my exact expression, as I think that would have been funny to watch. But I remember just being absolutely mind blown by the whole thing. And within that 2-week time frame, I saw the power of e-commerce, and specifically the power of influencer marketing. Now, before you ask me what happened to the store and where is that store now and why am I not still running it, please bear in mind that I was kind of new to e-com. I had a little bit of experience, but I wasn't really that experienced with the business model at the time. And I did jot down 3 key takeaways and 3 things that I feel I could have done better. And if you are watching this, please don't make these mistakes if you're getting started with ecom. Number 1 was, I thought the grass was greener on the other side. What do I mean by that? I started looking around and I felt, because I saw all these sales come in, I felt really confident and I felt like I could sell any product I saw. So I started taking the money I was earning and I started investing into other products. I was running up other stores while doing this store at the same time. And my focus was just split between too many different products. Instead of focusing in and doubling down on what was working, I decided to lift my gaze up, and I just became unfocused, and I lost a bit of momentum with that store after around 2 to 3 weeks. So make sure that when you do find a winning product, double down on it, and make sure that you do everything in your power to milk as much as you can from that product, as the grass isn't always greener on the other side. The second key takeaway is that I was unexperienced. Looking back, I left a lot of money on the table with that product. I didn't have anything in place or any infrastructure in place to maximize the amount of money that store could have made. I didn't create any bundles on the site. I had no upsells. I had no email marketing in place. I didn't even have my Facebook pixel connected, and I didn't run any Facebook ads. I was strictly relying on influencer marketing. I definitely think if I had a bit more experience and I mixed different marketing methods, as well as neatened up my backend and the overall look of the site, this product could have made probably quadruple of the amount of money that it did originally make. I was essentially sitting on gold, but I just didn't know how to extract it properly. And the third key takeaway is that I was way too hasty. I wanted to make the big money now. I wanted to see a lot of different products doing extremely well at the same time. And instead of just being patient and building something solid over time, I decided to get too hasty and I jumped to different products way too quick. So because of those 3 things, I ended up closing down the site. I learned a lot. I took the profits that I made and I continued investing into ecom and building up different stores. But that was a turning point in my e-commerce career, and there was something that sparked something inside of me. That first sale was absolutely amazing. It lit a fire in me. But seeing around $4,000 in sales on a product within the span of 2 weeks on my own store, just doing influencer marketing, was like pouring gasoline on a fire that was burning extremely well already. So I hope this story of me finding my first winning product and my experience with that encourages you to go out there and find your first winning product. And if you have not yet found it, I encourage you to continue trying, as it's closer than you think it is. Before I end this video, I'd like to leave you guys with one quote. I actually got this quote from my sister earlier this week and I thought it was really, really cool. The quote simply said, "Sometimes the smallest step in the right direction ends up being the biggest step of your life. Tiptoe if you must, but take the step." And that's a wrap for this week's video, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.